I never thought I'd be saying this, but I did it. I did what they said I couldn't do. They literally tried to force their figures onto me, to tell me that I wasn't capable, I wasn't able. It wasn't for me. It's impossible. It's so funny because now I just laugh because the word impossible is something that I've accomplished. Welcome back to another episode of AskJNSPodcast, where we just be chatting. I am your lovely goddess of a hostess, Akai. What y'all doing? Okay, you guys, welcome back. We are on episode 6. Like the crowd goes wild. I'm excited, y'all, because we're doing it. Like, what? 6 weeks? Come on, stop playing with me. All right, y'all. So I do want to say once again, every time I come on here, I got to just give thanks to all of you. Give thanks, God, for sure, for just showing up. Just showing up, just pulling up for me. Y'all, the podcast is doing the things, okay? I got an email or whatever from this, I don't know, this called Pod Status. Basically, they check the rankings and things of that nature. First of all, I have a ranking. That means everything, right? Because I'm still fresh to this. I'm still brand new. So it says, your podcast, AskJNSPodcast, has good performance in Apple Podcast rankings in the last 30 days. Position is 248 in the category personal journals in the United States. Stop playing with your girl. I know to some it may be like 248, damn. But to be honest, I just started, bitch, and I'm consistent and it's happening for me. So I just want to say I super duper appreciate that. Y'all, you know what I learned today? This was a term that just came talking to one of my friends. He is very spiritual. He is actually like my spirit guide. He just helps me through that realm. It's not really my realm, but I do believe, in everything. So I love a zodiac. I love, being a Pisces and just things of that nature. So he said something to me today, and I was telling him about this guy. So I met this guy, y'all, and I was walking Duncan, y'all. If y'all don't know who Duncan is my puppy. He is 5 months, child, and he is a hoot and a holler, okay? So I was walking him or whatever the case may be, and the guy saw me, and he started to walk his dog now. He asked me, hey, so what kind of dog is that? And I'm like, he is a cockapoo mixed with a pomsky. My dog is very sexy, y'all. Don't play with my son, period. What's T? But anyway, he asked me for my number. And when I went to go give him my number, he was like, text your phone from my phone. So I'm like, okay, girl, bye. I went to go do that, and it needed a face recognition. Like, I know that's now a thing with iPhones, where you need a face recognition to send messages or open up your messages if you decide to do that. What did that tell me? It told me that this man is hiding things, obviously, right? So I took it with a grain of salt because, I'm on my walk. I'm doing my thing right now. I'm not even worried. I'm actually sweating and I'm hot as a bitch. So he met me one day. I was walking my puppy again, and he walked straight past me and walked into this stairwell, and he was like, come over here. I'm like, why? Like, why you want to be in the stairwell? So I went over there, of course, because, girl, I'm so curious. Shout out to me for being a fucking curiosity freak. So I went over to see what he was talking about. He was like, can I get a hug? And I'm like, in the stairwell? Okay, but you already know, like, my discernment is doing what it's been doing since the day I met him. But I gave him the hug or whatever. He grabbed a little ass. Yeah, I wasn't mad about it because, girl, it's been a minute since I've been touched. So touch me, but not too much, right? That conversation ended, and then the next day he texts me and he's like, can I see you? And I said, in the stairwell again? And he's like, where you want to go? And I said, either ice cream or sushi. That's what I'm in the mood for. One or the other, though. And he's like, oh, I got this going on. I got that going on. Blah, 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 blah. Y'all know how that go. Y'all know how that go. Let me tell y'all, for a word of advice, if you ever want to get a man to scramble or to stop talking to you, ask him to do something. Simple. You'll find out his intentions immediately. And so I was telling my friend about it or whatever, and he was telling me about this term. Basically, it's called sexually transmitted demons. It's the first time I ever heard that. Like, a good STD. But I didn't think nothing because I was telling him, I was like, I'm not going to have sex with him. Like, I just know that he has a girlfriend. I could feel it in my bones. And I don't want to start something because he thinks he's getting over on me. And then it turns out that he does have a girlfriend and maybe I'll be stuck. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know how that go. Y'all know how they go. I'm human. Like, that's just the realist. So he was just like, people really just be wanting your energy. And it's always been like that for me. Like, people really just love what I bring to the table and they really don't want me specifically. They just want my energy. You can transfer energies to people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ever been with somebody who's just so narcissistic or just so Debbie Downish, and before you know it, you're Debbie Downish. So transference of energy is real, and I'm not gonna deal with him because he's already showing signs that he is just not here. He's just here for the good time, baby, not the long time, and I'm just not interested in that. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of like zodiac, I did want to touch on my zodiac because it's my jam. So that same friend, he sent me like this reading for Leo risings, which is my rising. I'm a Leo rising. Obviously, if you can't tell, my center of attentionness, my turn up, just that star quality is so Leo. It says, for Leo rising, this solar eclipse lands in your first house and marks the beginning of a new chapter. This is often the kind of eclipse that coincides with a new job, a new creative project, a new look, a new identity, or a new way of moving through the world. New women may enter your life who help open doors, offer guidance, or inspire you to take yourself more seriously. Don't wait for the permission this year. Introduce yourself to life as the person you're becoming and let the opportunities catch up to you. Y'all, when I say that hit way too close to home for real, because I am in this chapter, y'all, of like trying to find myself, trying to figure out like what is up with me. And I don't know if y'all like, how do y'all handle y'all dreams? But for me, I'm very big on dream interpretation. I've been interpreting my own dreams since I was a kid. I've been interpreting my friends' dreams. Anybody who really asks, I'm down to flex my interpretation muscle. So I had this dream recently, and in the dream, first of all, this was the first part of dream. You know how dreams, you just bounce from place to place to place. There's never really like a set in stone thing. And sometimes it's not really like a storyline, it's just things, right? So I'm in this gated pond. It's just water in there, and it's me and my siblings in there, and there's crocodiles in there. But nobody's panicking, nobody's running. The last crocodile I seen, it was a bigger crocodile, and on the back of the crocodile was a medium-sized crocodile. Then next scene, I am in this fire ass car, y'all. Like, I don't know. Like, it was like basically all it was missing was wings. It gave very spaceship. And if y'all don't know anything about me, I am really into like technology. I love a big screen within my car. I love the gizmos and gadgets and lights. It's horrible because when it comes down to shopping for cars, it's probably the last thing I should be looking for, but it's literally the first thing I look for. So I love a gizmo and gadget. So it was very much that, very much, panoramic vibes, y'all, the vibes. And I was riding through this city, no particular city. The city was literally like almost like sand, like tan, like sand. It's very like that vibe, you know what I'm saying? And not like specific, like it didn't feel like Atlanta, it didn't feel like New Jersey, it just was a city, right? And no stoplights, no nothing, but it was definitely the city. And I was on the road riding in my car, and nobody else was on the road, just riding smooth, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And then the third scene was me at, I'm going to say this apartment or house. Everybody's there. I am just like, you know what? I'm going to text my old manager. So I texted my manager. Now, mind you, my old manager was a man, but in my dream, it was a woman. And I texted her and I said, can I have my job back? Yeah, mind y'all, if y'all don't know, I got fired from my job in December, and life pretty much changed after that. So, but we'll tap into like the deets and all of that a little later on or whatever. But I texted her and I said, "Yeah, can I have my job back?" And she was like, "Yeah, come here, be here by 8." Finally, oh my God, like, yes, I felt like a sigh of relief. Now, mind you, y'all, I really haven't really worked in the last 6 months. I haven't worked in the last 6 months, but I did set myself up to be okay. I have been looking for jobs and like I've been getting a lot of like, no, 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 no. Just very much that like, mind you, I've been working since I was 14, y'all. I get jobs like nothing. Like it's nothing. I literally worked in pretty much so many different fields. It's kind of like, wait, for real? Y'all not gonna hire me? But what I can say is every time I am applying for a job, I just don't. I just in my stomach, I'm just like, ugh. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm trying to break the survival chain and not do that and just go for what I'm doing and not just trying to jump on a job just really fast, whatever. I'm trying to be a little bit more strategic. But anyway, back to the dream. I finally got, something coming. I'm feeling some relief. Let's tap into this. I need to do my makeup. I need to figure out what I'm going to wear. I need to get myself together. I need to get in the shower. I was just thinking of all these things, right? And I was low key feeling anxious in the dream. I'm moving and grooving and moving and grooving. And, I haven't started my makeup. I haven't jumped in the shower yet. It didn't happen like this, but in retrospect, as I'm thinking about it, it's almost like I just procrastinated until the last minute. So I looked at my watch and it said 9:01. She wanted me to be there by 8 o'clock, y'all. And I'm already screwing up my opportunity because I'm not going. I'm not jumping for the opportunity. I'm not doing it. I don't know what's going on with me, right? So now I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, like I haven't even done my makeup. I'm still late. I'm running behind. I'm once again anxious. And then I'm thinking to myself in my dream, how do I get up out of this? And I said, I'm going to just tell them, y'all told me last minute to come in here. Like, y'all got to let me have this. I felt ashamed that I was given an opportunity and I fumbled it because I was overthinking. Pretty much overthinking. And then I was like, oh my God, I got to do my makeup. Let me just go and do my makeup real quick. And I walked past a mirror and I stopped and I looked so beautiful, y'all. I'm talking about skin a glistening. I look like, bitch, I look like a filter. I was just glowing, lately, especially, and this is in real life. Lately, people haven't, oh my God, you're glowing. You look good. Your skin looks good. I've really always had good skin, but the glowing thing I've been just in a different mindset. So I think it's just showing up on my face. And in my dream, it showed up. So I was like, oh, wait, I look really beautiful. I don't actually have to do my makeup. I'm not doing my makeup. I'm just gonna get ready to go. Okay, let me just get dressed and let me go to work. Let me just go. And I woke up. So let's tap into the dream, y'all. Let's get into the details. First of all, we'll start with the pond. Pond, that body of water is emotions. Water is always emotions because that's what runs it. I'm a Pisces. I know these things. So the water was still, right? But in the water was like my siblings and also the crocodiles. Now, my family has been getting to me emotionally, and that has been really taking a toll on me, which is a part of the reason my mindset changed and just, working through a lot of different things. And the crocodiles represented my problems. It was big problems, little problems on top of big problems, just problems, but the water was still. So my emotions, I'm at this point in my life where I don't want to say numb because I'm not numb. I feel everything. I'm just, nothing's making my emotions go crazy. I'm not going crazy. I'm just still. This is bothering me and this is bothering me, but I'm not allowing it to cause, like waves. I'm not allowing it to do that. And obviously it's gated. That is like all of my things captured, all of my emotions captured and bottled basically. And then let's go to the next scene where I'm in the car. Okay, now we're in the car. I'm driving in a car that is something I feel like is for me. Very high class, high tech, vibes, expensive, things that I really enjoy. And I'm in it. I have it. And guess what? There's nobody on the road. There's nobody outside, which means there's nobody stopping me from anything that I want to get to. I can just go towards what I actually want. So then we'll get to the final portion. My family's all around, all this chaos around me, right? My family, everybody's talking in the background, like they're chatting and doing their things. I have anxiety because I just asked for my job back. I'm getting it, and I'm like, panic, 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 y'all. I'm not feeling calm. I felt more calm in the pond with the crocodiles than I did, with all of my family there, with the job thing happening. First of all, I reached out for what I wanted. I got it. Now you got the job. Come on, be here by 8 o'clock. Now I have to beat the time. I am thinking about my makeup, my clothes, my hair. How I'm gonna wear my hair. What outfit am I gonna wear today? And oh my God, when I get there, how's it gonna be? What's the energy gonna be like? Like overthinking it. I overthought it all the way until it's 9:01. Now let's tap into 9:01 numerology. 9 signifies the end. So Pisces, basically, like it's almost like that. Pisces is the end of the zodiac, and Aries is the beginning. It's like the end of, this being that I'm a part of. I'm at the pinnacle of what I'm supposed to be at this stage, right? I'm already done with this. Like whoever I was, I'm done with that life. But it was in the same space as the one, which represents rebirth, renewal, freshness, purity, like just beginning, new beginnings, right? And the reason why they're together is because I'm having a hard time letting go of who I was so I can really tap into who I am becoming. I'm already starting to become the one. I'm already, I jumped into my podcast. I figured out things with my internal self, my family, finding myself a little bit more. Like I'm tapping into these things. Something in my 9 is not allowing me to move all the way to my 1. That's where I'm at right now in life, y'all. Mentally, that is where I'm at. I am trying to let go of the fears that I've had of becoming who I'm supposed to be, being myself authentically. I'm trying to get past that. I no longer want to live like that. Also, a part of who I was and who I've always been until this point is Miss Survival Mode. What? Coming from nothing, y'all, from the hood, from nothing, and working my way to get here, coming to Georgia on a limb and surviving. I've been surviving for so long, and I think I'm just at a point where survival is kaput. I can no longer keep like just surviving. I'm trying to live. I'm trying to be strategic. I'm trying to do the things that I actually want to do. I'm trying to go for the things that I want. And I have an issue with it, which correlates with the dream because even when it comes to my social media, I'll start, I'll stop, I start, I stop, I start, I stop. That's that 9 and 1 and 9 and 1 and 9 and 1. That 1 is always me starting and I'm motivated. I'm about to go for it. I got this. And then 9 kicks in. And it's like, let me go hide back in my shell. Let me go hide back in my shell. I remember there was a point where like my comments would really bother me, like really, really get to me, to the point where I'm chewing bitches up in the comments. But then now I literally do not care. It does not faze me. It does not affect me. And this is a part of my 1. Like these are the transformations that I'm seeing, but I'm missing that last little beat. I am not letting go of my past because that means to really free myself. But that is what I'm working on. So that's why, I talk to my spirit guide because I need him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a religious person. I am spiritual, saying like I believe in God. I believe in higher beings. I believe in myself as a goddess. I do. Dual spirits, being trans by itself. These are the things I feel. And I am trying to tap into what's going on. I am an empath. I have these abilities. Y'all already know how it goes for Pisces. They'll say, oh, they're so psychic. And they know, the moon gives energy and rises my emotions and gets me going. And I don't see things like, oh my God, I had a vision. I'm not, no Raven. No Raven, but empathy. I can feel everything. Like that's how I'm able to go into a room and create the energy that I want to create because I have the power to do so. You know what I'm saying? People gravitate to me. They can feel my light and my energy like moths to a flame, and they live for it. So I understand my power. I understand who I am, and I just needed some help and some guidance. So I went to him and I was talking to him and just venting, just giving him what I'm going through and what my dream was. And it helped him in that space. And also, like, he hit me with some things I needed. Let me know about the sexually transmitted demons and things like that. And at first, I was texting this boy back, even though I knew from the jump that he was not for me. Not for me, period. Like, he's handsome, but I could tell that he's hiding stuff. And why do I want that? And you're giving hugs in the goddamn stairwell. Like, girl, we been did that. That's old. Episode 4, check it out if you want to know about my DL life. But it's old. I've done it already. Why would I even put myself in my 37th year? Why would I do that to myself? Put myself in a predicament where I'm stuck talking to another DL situation because he can't tell nobody about me because he has a girlfriend. I'm sure. I know it. Child. But anyway, the dream really brought things into perspective. And it also brought me to think about things like smoking. I was smoking down, blowing it down. And don't get me wrong, my reasoning, I have multiple reasons, but one of the reasons is because I am an avid thinker, an intellect, and my mind is always moving. When I smoke, it literally makes me have one thought at a time. And I know it sounds like a positive thing, and it is. It is when I'm not thinking clearly or whatever the case may be, right? It doesn't sound like, scratching of a chalkboard or whatever. That is one of my superpowers, is the fact that I can have multiple thoughts at once. And that's how I'm so quick with mine. That's how I'm witty. I am very fast. I'm creative. That's my creative part of me. Things just pop in my head. Boom, 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 boom. I can make videos back to back to back to back to back on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or wherever I want to put my stuff at. I know how to go viral. I know how to get there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just a creator. You know what I'm saying? I'm just learning to accept those things about myself. I was never telling myself that before. I just thought I was just funny. But I'm more than just funny. I'm actually her. But smoking was that silence. Everything happening at once. I got to do, and it's good when I just want to chill or I got a bunch of bad stuff going on, but I also be wanting to smoke a little bit more than I need to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a backwood girly. You could take her out the hood, but you can't take the hood out her. And it's the truth. Like, I'm a backwood girl. Everybody around me, papers and grabbers and all of that. And I am a backwood girl. Yeah, hand me that. I got that. Let me roll that up for us. Very that. You know what I'm saying? And, it feels a little bit more addicting. It's not, I don't have like an OD addictive personality, but I do have an obsessive personality in spaces. So, for instance, like normally when I'm going through stuff, like depressed or whatever the case may be, I will overeat or undereat. Whatever one it is, I'm going to commit to it. I will smoke. I'll commit to that. Drinking is not really my jam. So no to that, but like working, and I get that from my mom, I will overwork myself. I'll work 4 and 5 jobs, not 2 and 3, girl, not 1 and 2, 4 and 5 jobs. Girl, go to school. I'm going to school full time, being a parent full time, working 3 jobs at once, and boom, boom, boom. And I've done this for years, and off and on and off and on, because I'm obsessively trying to avoid my own reality. And my reality is I'm not where I want to be, and it's bothering me. It's really tearing me up on the inside. I really want to get past this point, y'all. So it's been very that, and I just feel like I have self-sabotaged for so long. I was even kind of doing it. I was doing it for the last few days, and I just told my friend, I said, these last 3 days have been like my self-sabotage days. And I said, I hate to admit that to you, but it's the truth. I have been doing bupkis, nothing, not things I'm not even supposed to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm posting on social media, I am, but I'm supposed to also be studying for my Security Plus certification. Like, I got my diploma, but I also need certifications too. I was also supposed to be going hard because I'm about to start work. I got a job. So I'm supposed to be starting work soon. I need to be having my podcast set up and scheduled so that I'm not killing myself. You know what I'm saying? So that I am in a space where it's not, I don't want to do that. I want to stop doing things last minute. I want to stop procrastinating. I want to stop putting myself in a state of emergency. Damn, like Amber Alert my ass bad. What is going on? So I wanna stop that, and I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is not an easy thing because it's not what I'm used to. But I'm ready to change. I'm so ready to change. So ready to move differently in life. I'm tired of self-sabotaging myself. I'm the only problem standing in my way. The only one. And I know I'm capable and I know I could do it because I do it all the time. I focused on YouTube. I went up on YouTube. I got 4,500 subscribers. That's a lot of goddamn people to follow me from nothing. I was posting about my transition because I've never seen anybody that looked like me that was really talking about being a black trans woman. And I was going through the things. I needed to tell people about what I was going through. I didn't see it, but I'm going to tell you what I'm experiencing. You know what I'm saying? And I started going up on there. And what did I do? I stopped. TikTok. I got on TikTok and I just started to focus on it during COVID. And I went up. I have over 150,000 followers on TikTok. Boom, doing that. I even had people, I made up a dance to, you don't need no other body. I had a whole dance today. For those that remember my OGs, if y'all know, y'all know. Yeah. I even had like a catchphrase, Westall. And that, one of these she is lit on social media. She's pretty out there. And she started to say it. And I'm like, what? Like, that's mine. But hey, at first I was mad. I felt away. But then I thought about it like, well, you stopped posting. I went up to 150 and I stopped. And then I got hacked and lost my page for a year. So, I don't want to say rightfully so, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't doing nothing with it anymore. You know what I'm saying? People knew me for it, but they started to know her for it too. And they probably knew her after, a while. They knew her more for it. I don't think she says it anymore, but, she was doing it for a while. And I let it be. You know what I'm saying? Nothing serious. I've also had somebody from Love and Hip Hop. Was it Love and Hip Hop or Housewife? I forgot which one it was. It was somebody off of goddamn TV. And I made this video. You want to talk shit? You want to run your mouth? Boosted song. And they followed my video. I'm talking about verbatim. Not even trying to take my idea, but kind of make it their own. They literally took my whole video. I still had more views and likes and whatever from it. And that's one of the videos, one of my first viral videos. When I saw it, I was like, oh my God, people are taking my stuff and no credit, no nothing. And this person is actually famous. They're out on the TV screens. People know their name. And what the hell? But instead of being mad about it, I just, I kept going. From that instance, I kept going because I was like, damn, I'm low-key kind of lit then. That people that are, already lit see me and they take my ideas. I am a creator. That's when it started to really click for me. But I stopped that too. Then I decided to move my behind over to Instagram. Now, I've never had luck with Instagram ever, but I also didn't understand algorithms until I got to TikTok and really started getting lit on TikTok, doing my lives and all of that. I didn't understand it. And I got to Instagram and I was like, you know what? I want to take this serious. I had a cute little following, maybe like 4,000. I had like 4,000, and that was just off the strength of me posting whenever I post and, making reels sometimes. And sometimes I'll post a couple times on Instagram, but I didn't care for it. So I just stayed off of it. And, with TikTok, if anybody knows, TikTok gets you lit fast. If you want to get lit, go to TikTok and just post. But make sure y'all quality look good. Stop posting them ashy ass videos. But it will get you lit fast. Like, the algorithm is just in favor of new and upcoming people. Instagram, bitch, you gonna have to work your ass off. So I got to Instagram and I was like, okay, well, I'm going to post up everything I post on TikTok on Instagram, and then I'm going to do this and that. And then I stopped. And then I came back and I was like, okay, Jose, stop stopping. You need to treat it like a business and look at it like this. So I really started to tap in like, okay, my bio needs to be professional. My my videos got to make sense. I need to have my pin videos. They need to be things that people keep asking me. So of course on my Instagram, I pin up my my skin video, my makeup video, my brushing my teeth video. These are things that people always either compliment or ask me about. And, just to answer the question always, here are the videos. Plus, I want these companies to send me skincare stuff. And I wanted my niche to be natural beauty instead of the makeup. Makeup is a part of it. You know what I'm saying? I do my makeup, but I like my face and I like my skin. And I've always had good skin. And living in Atlanta and working in the industry, I do my makeup so freaking much. I could do my makeup in seconds and it looks like it's a full ass beat and it looks tea. But I don't want to promote that. Like, I like makeup and I like doing my makeup and I'll do it to do what I need to do, to perform, to be places I need to be, to show up and show out. But I actually like my skin and I want to show you how I take care of mine. I want to show you how I take care of my natural hair. I want to show you what I do when I do the things that I do. I stopped doing that too, on and off. But I ran it up though. I went from 4,000. I think I'm at 56,000 followers. And of course, this is what I learned about algorithms. They go up and down. I mean, one day it's there and one day it's not. What I was doing before was getting upset that the algorithm was not in my favor, and I felt like people didn't like me, and they didn't like what I was posting, and I wasn't funny anymore, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I just negated all of my talent because the algorithm is algorithming. I just didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? I did not understand. But now I know better. I know that it's going to do that, and I know that consistency is key and staying on top of my things. So I want to work out of my self-sabotage, y'all, and that is really how I'm trying to move forward. This was not supposed to be mainly about that, y'all, but I felt like I needed to get that off my chest. This was me being raw, authentic, like straight in your face, like no gimmicks, no show, no nothing. This is just what I'm dealing with right now, and I feel like who else better to tell than y'all? And how do I expect for people to want to come to me for advice as a life coach when I'm only giving y'all the fun and the happy moments? And even if it is bad, I'm making light of it. Like, no, I want to tell y'all that I'm not at the best space mentally in my life, but I'm not like, I'm not like depressed to a point of suicide and all that kind of stuff. I'm not there. I'm just at a still space where I'm trying to figure out what my next moves are. Thank y'all for listening to that. I do appreciate that. Okay, y'all, it is what it is. I said what I said, and whatever. It's just a podcast. All right, y'all, cue my outro. Because now that it's done, I made it on top. The word impossible is not impossible for me. And that's why I'm going to keep moving and keep doing it. Everybody's so quiet because there's nothing left to say.